pit the Yuneec Breeze, that's a little one, against the DJI Phantom 3. See how they compare. It seems to capture the propeller disturbing shadows, I guess it is, across it. Maybe because the camera is closer to the propellers. I don't know. Anyway, when you're going forward, it tips the whole drone forward, and that's usually when you see those stripes across there. That's the propellers. And if you're going towards the sun, it makes it even worse. So one of the things I've discovered is if you have the camera angled down a little bit, then you have less interference with the propeller. Ways that you control it. And so I sometimes turn left when I should turn right and that kind of thing. But if you're trying to make let's say a video for real estate, you're going to plan your scene. You're going to set your camera angle and get your drone set up and then just fly pretty much straight towards something and then slowly try to go up. Because if you make any quick movements, whether it's up or down, you'll see it's pretty jerky, especially when you're turning. Now, I would say image quality is pretty good for this little $200 drone is all I paid for it. The limits are that it will only go about 300 feet before you lose signal, which is plenty if you're just doing real estate videos and stuff like that. While he's sniffing for rabbits or whatever. And flying low and slow, that's good practice too. And what you want to remember is if you get into trouble, let's say you just get turned around, because when the drone is coming toward you, left is right, right is left, all that sort of thing, just let go of the controls and it'll just hover. Let you think about it for a minute and then go again. But the more you do it, the better you get, of course, and so far I'm not that good. But take a lot of video and you can just take clips of the good part. We'll see you do all the bobbling and like this what we're doing right here, going down this snag and back up. When you go to processing, you can actually slow that down or reverse it. You can do a lot of things in processing. I use Adobe Premiere 14. The record stops on the Breeze when you hit the return to home, whereas it keeps recording on the DJI and clear until you turn it off. DJI. It's bigger and it handles wind better. It seems to be more stable, and I just fly it better. I like the way that it turns and pans and all that. But I also have a better control sticks, whereas the Breeze, I'm just using my smartphone and my big fat thumbs kind of get away on the little screen there. But anyways, you'll see how that as I'm panning, turning, and all those things, for the most part, it's slower and smoother. But every once in a while, I'll get a little carried away and go too fast, and you'll notice it doesn't make good video. But it's all just a process of practice and learning and having fun with it. The DJI has a range of about almost 5,000 feet, and it'll go about 2,000 feet high. So there's a big difference there. And they cost about 3 times as much. So it just depends on what you want to do with them as to what kind of money you want to spend. One thing I like to do is try to chase Charlie, try to keep him in the frame. And by doing that, it forces you to look at your monitor. I have a Galaxy 8 Plus, which is a little bit harder for me to see what's going on. I had the Apple iPad for a while. That looks pretty good, but it's not easy to have it clamped to your controller because it's so big. But anyways, out in the desert's a good place to practice, because if you do have a flyaway or something crazy happens, keep an eye on your drone and you probably get it back. Unless you fly it into the Metolius River, then that didn't work out too good for me. You can see right there the propellers. There's another kind of trick that I figured out. If you want to go fast, whatever, go backwards. It actually tips the front up. You don't see the propellers. Then when you put it in processing, you can actually do a reverse, so it would look like you're going forward. There's a lot of learning to do, and that's another reason that these drones are a lot of fun. And they'll take a little bit of a crash. Propellers are cheap, you know, have extra propellers. The home on the DJI works very well. It'll land within a couple feet of exactly where it took off. Like I said before, it is recording the whole time, and sometimes you forget to turn it off. Sometimes. This whole video that you were serious about drones. They're a lot of fun. You don't have to start out with a real expensive one. You can start out with this little Breeze, and you'll be surprised at the kind of videos that you get. Above all, have fun.